Okay, it is August 3rd, 2026, and I am McKenna Lisa Cole. It is a check-in video for the real-time read-along of my book, Navigating Hell, A Real-Time Journey Through Grief. And if you're following along with the posts on Navigating Hell's Facebook page, then you realize that I was going to shoot this video yesterday and decided against it because after reading the August 2nd entry, I realized it was something that would be more appropriate to just let percolate with the reader for a little bit and let it connect however it needed to connect individually without any additional commentary from me. And so what I want to do today on August 3rd is talk about something that I noticed in today's read that I never noticed before. And that's that I thought I always started climbing 20 years ago. I've always been under the belief that I consciously started climbing. And in rereading it, I realized that's not what happened at all. I didn't notice when both of my feet ended up on the wall. I didn't notice when my body started moving upward. I wasn't focused on climbing. I wasn't focused on my foot placement. I wasn't focused on pulling myself out. I wasn't measuring progress at all, really, in that moment on August 3rd. But what had happened, what I was focused on, is shifting my attention somewhere else entirely. And that shift landed on God. Now that happened on August 2nd, but the effects were really felt on August 3rd. That's when it really started to be felt, because instead of trying to fight a battle of the external, I realized I was waging war on the wrong battlefield. And once I realized that the battlefield was really between my ears, that's when the entire grief process shifted for me. And I'm not saying that's the same for everybody. I'm just letting you know what happened for me. And instead of the pit being a place of confinement, it turned into a war room. And I mentioned that in the book, in today's entry. And my circumstances hadn't changed. None of the grief changed. None of the people came back. I wasn't suddenly healed. I wasn't suddenly feeling fabulous and on top of the world. I wasn't even out of the pit. But my perspective changed. And I learned that when I can't control things on the outside, that's not what I was supposed to be controlling anyway. I didn't have control over it, and I shouldn't have been controlling it anyway. What I was supposed to be controlling, and what I had the power to control, were my thoughts. And so I catch myself in today's entry. I start talking about, okay, well, I understand that this is a change in strategy. I understand that there's new things that are happening. I'm looking at things differently. My focus is different. My focus is on surrendering to the Lord all of my pieces, my shards, my pain, all of the different things, I guess, components. And as soon as I put them in his hand, I basically was saying, now, can you please do something pretty with this? And that was a game changer. Now, spoiler alert, it is not a seamless journey from here on out, because grief has oscillations, as we know. Grief has oscillations. It's not a linear relationship. You don't just like start making progress and that's all you ever get. Progress comes with those shifts, but the shifts themselves are also progress. So if that's where you find yourself today, I want you to know that don't be discouraged. Please don't be discouraged. Use your self-talk. Use your ability to change your focus. Use your ability to change your perspective. It's not about tricking yourself. It's about being honest with yourself. It will expose lies that you're telling yourself. It'll expose things that don't deserve your attention or your focus. And I'm going to encourage you, especially if you are a believer, but in its own way, and even more importantly, actually, if you're not a believer in Jesus Christ, that placing your focus is going to determine how you grieve, Where you place your focus is going to determine how you grieve. And I just think that we're all examples of that. And it's not a perfect science, but I want to encourage you today that if you find yourself needing that change of focus, you have the power within you to change that focus. It's just a decision, not trying to simplify it, not trying to water it down, but it's a decision you can make. And I encourage you today, be blessed. You are loved. I am praying for you, and just keep navigating one breath at a time. See you soon.